Assalamu alaikum. Without wasting any time, let's continue with the live. People will join and they can just watch it after it will be uploaded on my YouTube channel. If you are new to the channel, do subscribe it and do share your ideas about how this channel can serve the student community and the teacher community for the good. So today we are going to talk about introduction to sociology. It's a subject that is usually opted by the students from arts background, from social sciences, and students from OA levels. They are opting this subject for the exams, and in the upcoming exam of October-November session, inshallah, they will be preparing for this. So I will try my best to give people the thorough idea about how sociology is supposed to be understood, how it is supposed to be covered for the exam point of view. So this lecture is going to help and serve to the mothers who are trying to manage their household, who are trying to maintain their domestic role, who are trying to manage their work-life balance with their domestic lifestyle. And at the second thing, teachers who are actually preparing for B.Ed, M.Ed, or they are approaching for immigration, they want to get some good jobs in the abroad, so they must know what sociology is and how it works. Then it comes to the students who are preparing from for arts and humanities or social sciences. It is also important for them to know how sociology actually give them the idea about education, about the psychology and the human behaviors. Then it comes to OA level students, they are also already doing it. Then it serves the social activists basically, who are actually working with the NGOs, communities, and they are serving society, they are working for the good of the humanity. They also have to get some knowledge about how the society is structured and what are the parameters that one should follow being a human activist, and how in what areas a human activist is supposed to invest energy. Then it comes to all of us as humans, we should know how we have to, or we are supposed to live into the society, and what parameters we have to meet as an individual. Let's begin with the lecture. So objective of the lecture is to give you the idea about what sociology is, what is the definition of sociology, which the definition is the perfect fit in terms of examination point of view. Then what is the importance of studying sociology as a subject, why some famous sociologists had invested their energy, their time, their age into exploring the different segments for the society, and why we are taking references from their work. Then to know about sociology, we have to understand about what is the role of scientific understanding of the sociological parameters, and what parameters are actually covered within the social science subject, and how it is going to help us. So when we say social science, it is all about an individual who lives in a society, who turns to become the adult, who has to play certain roles, being the civilian and citizen, being the responsible personality into the society. And then it comes to the how the group becomes a group. So when different individuals get together with different social backgrounds, with different social apprehensions, with social differences, and with social expectations, when they come together, so how they interact with each other and how they influence the other groups into the society. Then it comes to the institutions, for example, family, the education institution, the law bodies, and the religious institutions, how they all come together to protect, to guard the society and the community, to make them progress and develop. Then it comes to the interactions. So when we talk about socialization, and I think most of you know, it's a process of interacting with each other, communicating with each other. It is a process that starts from the very first stage of our existence into this world. So how we have to manage our interactions with others, how we have to understand their emotions, how we have to share respect with each other, and how we have to come together and to make efforts to live in a society that can become a good place for all of us at a time. As right now the condition of the India and Pakistan, it's an evidence for all of us. If we maintain the peace, if we interact with each other respectfully and with grace, definitely the world becomes really livable. Then it comes to the etymology. Okay, so this is just this. You can just use this for the definition of the word sociology. So it comes from the Latin and Greek languages. socius part comes from the Latin, and it always talks about to understand society, to know social things, agencies, institutions, people, groups, individuals, their personality, their characters, and their conformity with the law of the society. Then logos means to study. Okay, so socius come up with the meaning of society, and logos comes with the meaning of study. Now, to understand like what is the importance of studying sociology is to, at first place, if you're not the student, you're just a general person who wants to know what sociology is all about, or if you're a teacher, so this is for you. You better know like every human is different from one from other. They have their own feelings, they have their own mindset, they have their own backgrounds, they have their own understanding towards the people's behavior, and they react in different ways. They're brought up is actually the main theme. If they're living in a joint family structure, the personality would be different. If they are living in a nuclear family system, they will be different from the previous ones. Maybe there would be some similarities, maybe there would be a lot of differences, but what we as human have to understand is we should know that every individual has their own boundaries, they have their own set of beliefs, and they come with different values from their family, right? So this is something that we must consider for the people who are actually serving, or investing their time to know how society actually works. So society is not about one person, it is about how everybody is interacting with each other. Okay, so here I would mention again, like if you want to know about which book would be feasible for you, or the perfect one for you, so any recommended book you can refer to. Right now I'm just using this book. So this book is from Chris Livesey. I don't know the name of the author, by the way. So I think it's Chris Livesey or Livesey. I don't know. So this is the book I have been referring for my sociology teaching. So you can just pick any of it. I would suggest not to invest into the book. Rather go and make your own notes. Try to watch the videos available on the YouTube about sociology and all the subjects related to sociology. So now let's then will talk about how to analyze social structures. So here I will need whiteboard. So as we were talking about human behavior, right? So human behavior in today's world, if you will try to observe it, they are unexpected usually. You don't expect certain things from certain people, like for example your friends and families. So these are the main groups from where we actually expect love, peace, respect, understanding, harmony, and coherence with each other. But if you will observe the same thing in today's world, you might notice that the behaviors have changed a lot. Now people are more likely to interact with strangers other than like their own friends and families. They don't find trust with them. So why it is happening? It is happening because the social structures have changed. They have evolved. They are not functioning the way it is supposed to function, because in the beginning it was considered as, like most of the sociologists said, so family is the backbone of the individual's growth as a human, as a person who has to become a responsible citizen of the society. So when it comes to the social structures suggest all of us to be humble with the family, to be responsible towards them, to fulfill their needs, to give them protection. So family is entire a different topic, or the different chapter in this, and inshallah in the next video we are going to talk about that in detail. Okay, let's get back to the topic again. So here I guess you are understanding what sociology is all about, and it is just a basic general idea for all of you. It's not the actual topic. Each and every topic has its detailing, its description, its facts, and right now I'm not talking about the facts at all. I'm just giving you a quick general understanding about this subject. If you are confused to pick subject of sociology and you have some other choices, you should know that it is nothing new. You already know a lot about society. You already know how things work in the society. You already know how media serves to the society. You already know what are the pros and cons of the family. and the education system. So most of the things are very obvious for all of you. Still, if it's not so, after watching this video, inshallah, this would be sorted out. Then it comes to the real world application. So when I say real world application, it means when you know sociology as a subject, when you will study about sociology as a subject, so it will give you a proper idea for about how the education serves the human life, how it is helpful for the humans to acquire formal education, and what are the modes of informal education that helps us humans to understand how society works. Because it's just not like you have to go to the school and you have to just cover up your syllabus. It's not all what we consider education here in sociology. Here it has two categories, formal and informal. So the formal one is for which you go to the school and proper college and proper universities. Then informal is the values, the customs, the society dynamics that you learn from your own family, your friends, and your surroundings. So these are two different parameters in sociology that we have to undergo. Then it comes to healthcare. The world has actually observed the time frame when it was really necessary to figure out what places are hygienic for the people to live in, where the settlement can be possible, where the water supply is available to maintain the hygiene, and how to stay healthy. Now if we observe today's world as compared to the previous part of the society, you will comparatively observe like, okay, so now we are more prone towards being weak, being ill, being sick. We have mental issues, we have physical disorders, we have appetite problems, we have hormonal disorders. So lots of diseases are introduced now. How and why? Because the healthcare is ignored. Though sociology had already contributed to make people understand that if you want to stay, if you want to be a productive or constructive element of your society, so the first thing is you have to invest in your health. And that is the most important thing, which is now neglected. More of us are interested to like enjoy the fast food and the inorganic products, and this is something that we should encounter right now. Otherwise the upcoming time, the future time is not going to be so ideal for us. Then it comes to business, how the business structure should be set up, how it is supposed to serve the humanity, how it is supposed to maintain the economical balance into the society, how the family size matters and depends on to the economical conditions of the society. So everything, whatever you pick from the social agencies, you will find that sociology is helping you, giving you proper guide to go through it. Politics, okay, so when we're talking when inshallah in the future we are going to talk about what are the social agencies, and to that government is one of the social agencies which is responsible to maintain harmony and justice into the society, and it is really important to safeguard, to protect the citizens. Then it comes to criminal justice, it is also associated with the politics, it comes with the same category. Then what are the sociologists, why they contributed and why they explored the sociology as a subject, what convinced them, what influenced them, what attracted them, or what approached them to explore, and why now we are taking references from their work. If you will go through the syllabus, you will find out. So Auguste Comte, he had invested his contribution how to explore the role of the parenting into the personality development, how the human or the individual absorbs positive and negative vibes from the surroundings, and how it affects the overall personality of the child. And then he had talked about how the gender role influences the entire household structure and why it should be considered to adopt changes by the time. Then social Darwinism will be a part of your subject. Then class conflict, capitalism, how the society used to work in the past, and for what reasons, for what incidents it converted into the industrialization. Then why urbanization happened, and how the society actually um, get opportunities to grow to the world which is right now. In the world we can see the things, we can see the development and everything that is around us. Then Max Weber. So okay, I hope till here you are getting the point what you are going to cover from this, inshallah. And these all are the subfields into like these are just going to be the topics for your syllabus. You have to cover all of them. Macro versus micro sociology, you can just understand this likewise. Macro is actually going to tell you about how the entire society is working together and how the individual's life is working in different manners and how they both are interrelated. Then methods of sociological study. Okay, if you will just check the book. So I guess you people can see the table of content, right? So this is a table of content for you to understand like what papers will be there. You have to cover socialization, you have to cover methods of research, you have to cover the family, education, and media, religion, global development. So these all are the main topics that we have to cover. And for methods and research, we have to cover how observations are taken, what are the methods of observation, how surveys are conducted, what different types of interviews are there. So this is the entire content for your study.